So, welcome to our Drummer Mama's alternative guide to the UK Drum Show 2025. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I primarily just went for the Saturday, and that worked really well because I often can feel a bit overwhelmed by lots of people. I love them all, but it was the right way to go. How did you find it?
Yeah, I was the same. So I was just there, like arrived on the Friday night. I just aimed to do everything on the Saturday, and then I'd made a list, which you've made fun of me for because you're excellent at everything, like technical, digital. You're on it. This was my list for the Saturday. So
Yes,
um,
but
it
I
started.
I took a photo of that just
You
so
did,
you. I
yeah,
took a
but
photo because that's me cheating. You did the work. I then took a photo and used your list.
and you had it on your phone, whereas I carried my paper list everywhere with me. Yeah, I mean, it was quite intense, wasn't it? There was a lot to see this year.
Yes, lots of rooms, lots of stuff. There was this Drumeo, I don't know what it is, stage and platform. There was Evans' room. There's Ludwig, British Drum Company. You name it, everything.
Everything was there. I loved opening the show. We went to see Thomas Lang, didn't we? 9:45 on the Saturday. That was a start to the show. Whoo. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, that's sort of set the scene really. And then we went into something that was actually one of my favourite parts of the weekend, which was Will Daly's practice pad party in the Evans room. What did you think of it? Did
Yes.
you enjoy it as much as I
Oh,
did?
I was so proud of him, not to sound like, I don't know, a mum or something, but he's my mate and we've been friends for a while now. And so it was lovely to see him do his thing and shine. And I was like taking all the photos and videoing him because he cared so much and wanted it to be great. And it was great. It was so fun. And just, yeah, the best way to start the day. It was just all of us having a good time on the pad, party vibes. Brilliant.
It was actually the first year I think that I've really taken part actually playing in something. And it was so much fun. It was such a good way to start the whole thing because it really put me in that frame of mind of like, yeah, let's all play together. And everyone in that room was, I mean, there were different abilities, but it was so much fun and there was no sort of weird vibe or pressure on anyone. There was a woman who wasn't even a drummer and she'd come to support
Yes.
her friend, and she
Yes.
was brilliant. She was just like joining in, just laughing, and it was just so lovely. That was a real
Yes.
highlight.
Yes. Same. Same, same, same.
We also spent quite a bit of time in the education room, didn't we? In Mike Johnston's room. Did you have anything like any favorite moments from this year?
Yeah, I was really inspired by Yost Nichols' session that I saw because it was all about the click and hearing it on the and. So pretty much as soon as I got back home, I was like, right, I'm going to do that right now, and played around with it, and it was just super inspiring to for me to actually just play on the kit, and that was from him. So thank you, Yost.
Yeah, I still haven't got around to practicing that, but when I get back to my kit, that is what I'm gonna. Not this kit. That
There's a
sounds
kit
lazy.
right behind
Yeah, no,
you.
not this one. No, yeah, but it's different at the moment. I got my kids. I can't practice as well. But that is first thing I'm gonna do when I get back to Germany is practice yeah, putting the click in a different place. Oh, it was crazy. Um, yeah, there was also there was just so much stuff down on the sort of exhibition floor. It was crazy loud again. I'm getting too old for that. Don't know about you,
That's my
but
least favorite thing. It is my least favorite thing. Hate it. Hate it. Actually hate it. Yeah. I have a prop here. I don't know when we're doing
oh
props.
yeah, should we do props? We were going to talk about showing props. Okay, that
So
reminds us about the weekend.
those who aren't watching, my first thing and most important is earplugs because in that downstairs bit, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Some people go there and I think they head straight there and like, yeah, come on, I'm gonna like shed on this drum kit. I think I went down there as little as humanly possible just because it is so loud. It's quite chaotic with lots of people. It makes me sound like I don't like people. I love people. I love drums, but it's just so busy and overstimulating. Maybe that my brain doesn't like that.
That
You
is
know?
definitely something that's happened to me as I've got older and having children. I can't deal with noise, and like several
Yeah.
noises all at one time is too much for me. So I was the same. I was like, right, take my earplugs, put them in when I'm down there, but sort of kept the time as minimal as possible and was up.
I don't know what you think about this, but sometimes what puts me off, I don't feel like it's the most conducive environment for feeling at ease and for inclusivity. And what I mean by that is sometimes you go down to that level and it's just lots of drummers drumming very, very quickly, very, very loudly, and there's not necessarily a camaraderie, let's groove together, or let's try this thing out together. And I know some people who felt quite intimidated by that and didn't then want to try out a kit because maybe they weren't the most experienced or they didn't have the chops like to go crazy fast. And I just think, since when was that a requirement to try? And it's not my vibe.
Yeah, it used to be something that I was into to go and see everything, but yeah, I did definitely prefer being upstairs on the upper levels. There was so much to see there. And we were kind of spoilt for choice with all the different rooms, actually. I tried to duck in and out of as much as possible to get a good opinion of the whole show in one day, which was actually quite tricky. But one thing I noticed was, I don't know if you agree with me, but I felt like there were loads more girls and women at the show this year. Maybe it has something to do with you and your camps, but there were so many more women. It was excellent.
Yeah, yeah, I love to see that so, so much. There was a ton more. And no, I think I can say yes, two of the ladies have come to camp. No, three, maybe four. Anyway, it's so refreshing to see that and so lovely to see. Oh, there was another actually. But yeah, it's so nice to just share and it just to be just a collective hang, no matter what gender you are, you
Yeah.
know?
Other thing was something that I didn't catch a lot of, but I thought was a cool idea was the main stage mini. And I like the idea of the younger artists who were playing there. I found that really cool. And also just the fact that there was so much more. There were like master classes, but there were also sort of like drop-in kind of like advice sessions as well. I went to one with Simon Edgoose, who was talking about digital kits, and there was just such a range of stuff that you could listen to. I found that really, really cool this year.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the main stage mini this time, but I did see it last year. My student Mia played, and I was just a mess emotionally because she smashed it, but also everyone else in that room, such potential and skill, and they're so young, and it's just wonderful. It's wonderful to see.
Right, there was a bit of an issue that we both ran into, and that was because there was so much to see, we didn't necessarily have time to eat. What was your way of dealing with
I This is my other prop.
that?
Plop. I just Oh my God. I didn't eat. That is how I coped. I didn't eat. I just drank coffee and then that would just make my stomach go, wah! So I'd have to go to the toilet. That mixed with nerves. You know what I'm saying? I was just like running off every 10 minutes basically. Bye, gotta go. Yep.
Well, I get really hangry, so I did make sure that I ate something, but I was sort of on the edge actually. I get hangry, I also get emotional with it. So that was yeah, something I had to make time for was to eat. And I had a weird situation where a lovely person who'd been in touch with me via Instagram, so I didn't know them like face to face, and they sent me a message afterwards saying that they'd felt too shy to say hello to me as I was eating my lunch. And then I did panic because I thought, hang on, the times when I was eating lunch, I was I was literally shoving food in my face so that I could get straight back into the venue. So I'm really sorry. I apologize if you did see me eating lunch. That was not a nice thing to see. Um,
What they need is more selections, like a pie stall would be cool, and just like more options. If Neil is listening, you're doing a great job.
But
More
we need more
food
food.
options.
A lot of the food had actually sold out by the time that I got round to looking for something to eat. It was, yeah,
And they need to be open longer.
yeah.
Okay.
So that brings me on to another prop. Shall I go for the sort of positive one or the slightly more negative one?
Let's do the negative one.
The negative one. Right, I'm going to show you a picture. One second. So this is a picture that my mum has in a frame from about, I don't know, 15 years ago. This is me and Will Young.
Oh my God.
Right, this isn't just me being weird about Will Young. This is to lead into a topic. So I had something where over the years, as I've worked with people, I've always felt very awkward asking for a photo. Like if there's someone sort of famous or well known or whatever, then I've always thought, no, it's a bit unprofessional to ask for a photo. Will Young is the exception because I gave that to my mum as a birthday present one year. She loves him, so that was, the one time. But I did spend most of the weekend like speaking to people that I'd worked with for the magazine. I was talking about drummer again. Sorry, really like the amazing drummers who were really always really lovely, and I always am shocked that they actually remember, who I am or that they speak
Wait,
to me
wait,
or
wait, wait,
something.
wait. Everyone, this is what happens at the UK Drum Show. If you're walking around with Gemma, there all of these famous drummers will go, "Oh, hi Gemma, hi," and they'll point and they'll wave. Everyone knows Gemma.
Well, I
Yeah.
I sort of don't feel that they do. So anyway, I I had a moment with almost everyone where I thought, oh, I should get a photo. And I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. That's a bit embarrassing. And I didn't really. I think the only one was Mike Johnston with you and my 50 chins. So we took that photo. Um, and then I thought, no, I won't. That's a bit cringy. And then the next day, I saw that everyone, literally everyone, had taken photos with everyone. And then I thought, oh, I do look like Billy No Mates, and I should have maybe just asked everyone. But I still find it a bit cringy. Do you have
Yeah,
that?
yeah, 100%. I want to take photos with everyone, but I feel like a knob, so I just don't. And I hope that they do or someone else does.
So
But
instead, we
no,
just took photos of us.
yeah, we did, and that was good for me.
It was.
I have a prop with a slightly negative and positive thing.
Okay.
I'm holding up some socks here.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
from Veta. One
Mm.
has hats on it, one has kick. And these are the coolest socks that I was given kindly in a little goodie bag from Veta. And apparently, there's not many of these socks in the world, just saying. So I feel very lucky to have them. Maybe I shouldn't have even worn them, but too late. So the reason I'm bringing up Veta is because Naomi Forbes played on Saturday. She was the only woman who played the main stage the entire weekend. And so the negative aspect is obviously that's a bit lame, isn't it? That there's just one woman. But the great thing was she was fucking brilliant. She was so, so good. It was such a lovely vibe when she played. She played some cool songs that the audience would know. Her playing was powerful. Her speed is insane. And she was just a lovely person. I got to introduce to her. And what was really cool is Veta and Mapex, shout out, were both pushing for her to play and encouraging that that was going to happen, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, I know that we've talked about this a little bit. I mean, I would love for there to be like a 50-50 representation, or not 50-50, but for things to be more balanced, that there are a lot more women playing, that there are transgender people playing. I know that it's tricky with the show that organizers do try to get people, some people are busy. I know that a lot of it is up to companies as well. So if there's anyone listening, I would just say, please, please, please. There are so many women out there who are actually wanting to buy your products, and they would love to see more women, more trans players, more just a diverse range of people playing on those main stages. Right, I've got another prop. This was actually one of my highlights of the whole weekend.
A bag of our superstar lemon and ginger.
Yeah. Do you know why? It was because on the Saturday evening, we'd spent the whole day at the show, and then you and I went back to have a sit down and a cup of tea in your hotel room, and we had such a laugh.
We
It was
did.
so funny. It was really like, I don't know, it was just so funny. And that was one of the highlights for me of the whole weekend.
Oh,
Hanging
me
out with
too.
you.
Oh my God. It's the same here. Honestly, I came home and the first thing I said to Neil was, oh my God, I just had the best time with Gemma. Like dear listener, we stayed out on Saturday night until what time?
Well, I went to bed at 3 a.m.
Oh my God. And in my head,
But
I was like, Gemma is here. I'm staying out for as long as she is staying out. That's it.
But the mistake we made was you were thinking that, and I was thinking, well, I'll stay out for as long as Kira stays out. But we didn't talk about it, so we ended up staying out until 3 in the morning.
We were
I was
kicked out.
completely exhausted the Sunday, could hardly talk anymore. And I just feel like I'm jet lagged ever since. But it was worth it.
It was
100%.
so worth it. And we've decided we're going to live together.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. We're just gonna, move
Grow
in.
old disgracefully.
Exactly. And on that point, the UK Drum Show was excellent for the drum hang. You can't get that in any other place.
No, it's just, on one hand, it can be crazy. It's like you can't move from one end of the room to another without saying hi, without hugging someone, high-fiving someone. But that's what makes it great too. It's just like a long-lost family member, or it's just a huge family, really.
It's like Christmas, isn't it? I feel
Yeah.
like it is like drummer's Christmas when you go to those events. It's good. Yeah. So I've already bookmarked it in my diary, literally with pen and paper, because that's what I do in my diary for next year.
I don't know if I can go.
What?
It's my daughter's birthday on the Sunday.
Oh no. Oh, you just
So
have
if
to
I
bring her with
go,
you.
oh no, she'll hate it. She'll be like, oh, just get me away. So we'll see. We will see. I could potentially come back the same day if I went earlier. I'm
Well,
gonna see.
we're going to have to find a way. So
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't really talked about anyone who was on I haven't talked about anyone on the Sunday or really any of the artists who were on the main stage, but it was a great lineup this year.
It was good. It was good. It was quite heavy, I would say. A lot of metal drummers, but really inspiring. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Did you buy anything?
No, I didn't buy anything. Did you?
No.
I looked at a few things, but no, I didn't.
No, I didn't. I was thinking about a hardware case. Shout out Protection Racket, but I just didn't in the end. I think some people have the opposite problem where they'll buy loads and loads of stuff and they save up. I literally go there for the people.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not
same.
bothered about the drums.
No, I did hear. I mean, lots of people were actually saying about how they were kind of having to sort of hold their money back and not overspend. So I think, yeah, some people do go and buy a lot of stuff, but I was not that person. I couldn't take it away with me. I only had my little suitcase, so I was restricted.
Yes. One day.
One day.
One day.
Took away the memories and the laughter. And yeah, you'll have to be there next year. I'm going to have to find a way. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks for listening to the Drummer Mamas podcast. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave us a 5-star rating because it makes us more visible to other listeners. And we really do appreciate any comments or reviews. It makes a difference. Thanks again, and see you next time.